Alright everyone, I want to welcome you all back to some more Trails of Code Steel. I believe we're about nearing the end of this field study here in Nord, and we actually got a chance to meet up with Elisa's grandfather, who is a very, for lack of a better word, an interesting character indeed. So we're going to continue on from there and pretty much see how it goes. So if anything else, I hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you all for the love and support, and let's keep it going. Alright everyone, welcome back. We are about to head over to Zender Gate once more and see what happened over there. I'm really sorry to put you guys up to this. You already helped me out more than enough yesterday. No problem, don't sweat it. This must be the kind of breaking news every press photographer dreams of being on the scene for. Still, it bothers me. How is it possible that both the Imperial and Republican bases were attacked at the same time? Do you think one attacked first and the other swiftly retaliated? No time to think about that right now. We need to hurry. We need to get to Zender Gate as fast as we can. Right! Whoa, don't ride too roughly. I honestly thought they were gonna get us there automatically. Hold on. Is there anything here worth, Nope, they just want us to go straight.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what's this about? Looks like the Imperial Army's 3rd Armored Division, and it appears they're preparing for deployment. Thanks everyone. Let me go see if I can get permission to start taking photographs. I wonder where Lieutenant General Vander could be. We need to find him so he can tell us what's going on here. I suspected he might show up. Lieutenant General, did you have some business to attend to elsewhere, sir? I thought I'd conduct another sweep of the area as a precaution. But never mind that now. You came at the perfect time. A freight train bound for Ruhr departs 30 minutes from now. I want you all on board that train, finish up your field study as quickly as you can, and return to the academy. What? But sir! While things ultimately depend on the actions of the Republican Army, the bottom line is that we may be mere hours away from an armed conflict with the Cavalry Republic. I've already informed everyone in the settlement. Did they not relay the message to you? Be that as it may, we can't just turn tail and pretend none of this is happening. Lieutenant General, have you established which side attacked first? Gaius! That's the central question here. It's still under investigation. You have my assurance that the Imperial Army did not attack. We did not make the first move, nor have we retaliated. However, our army's watchtower was destroyed and several guards lost their lives. As the officer in charge of Zender Gate, I have a duty to act. So there really were fatalities. Let's presume for the sake of argument that the damage sustained by the Republican Army's base was in fact deliberate sabotage by their own forces. How bad was the damage? Several of their facilities suffered major structural damage. Their losses appear to be, at minimum, equal to ours. Honestly, I'd estimate them to be far greater. But if they suffered even more damage than we did, that doesn't make any sense. I'm afraid we'd long since passed the point where leisurely discussing our possibilities was an option. I will do all I can to avoid a full-scale war, but we're prepared for the possibility of armed conflict, and I suspect they are as well. But that just seems so wrong. If that's your opinion, Lieutenant General, will you at least allow me the chance to investigate what happened on my own? Guys? Investigate on your own? As I'm sure you're aware, I know the Highlands like the back of my hand, and when someone attempts to threaten the peace of my homeland, I won't rest until I've unearthed the truth behind what's happening. You're serious? We'll do everything we can to help you. I think this falls within the scope of our field study too. No, wait. This is the people of Nord's problem. There's no reason for you all to stay here and risk getting caught in the crossfire. A classmate and friend is staying behind. Isn't that reason enough? I am a son of the House of Alberea. I would never disgrace the honor of my family name by fleeing in the face of danger. Besides, it seems like your people have done a lot for my grandfather. Guys, do you remember what you said to us back at Heimdall Station? The most important thing is that we all come back safe and sound. Everything else is secondary. Heh. It appears you've lost this one, guys. Lieutenant General, It's currently 10:05. I'll permit you until 12:30 to conduct your investigation. I'll do everything in my power to postpone any potential conflict until at least then. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Then we haven't a moment to waste. We should begin by visiting the watchtower that was attacked. That sounds like a good place to start.
Thank you. Really, I appreciate it more than you know.
It's no big deal, honestly. I agree with Elisa. We're classmates after all, and more than that, we're friends.
Well, this is clearly of great importance to you.
I know you want to protect your people, but that's not the only reason you're doing this, is it?
You got me. It ties back into why I accepted the Lieutenant General's recommendation and entered the Academy too. I'm sure each of you feels the same about your own homes, but I love this land with all my heart. The wind racing across the highlands, the vast mountain peaks, the clear blue of the sky, the breathtaking beauty of the rising sun, the melancholy of the sunset, the twinkling of the stars in the twilight. I love everything about this land of Nord. It's part of who I am.
Wow. I guess it hadn't sunk in how much Nord means to you.
I'm certainly attached to Ruhr, but I can't think of anyone else who would state their love for their homeland so poetically.
If you love it so much, why did you leave it behind? If you truly love Nord, if Nord is such a part of you, what is it that drove you to enroll in a military academy in a foreign land so far away?
I'm not surprised you'd find it strange. To be honest, I'm still not totally sure what compelled me to do it. Back when I was a kid, the Republican Army built a base in the Eastern Plains, and the Imperial Army responded in kind with their watchtower. It's made me more uneasy with every passing year. Years ago, a traveling priest from the Septian Church taught me all about the history of the continent. One thing that stood out to me was just how many lives have been lost during the conflicts between the major powers. Another major theme was just how profound of an impact the Orbital Revolution had on people's lives. Even the concepts of time and distance have changed so much. In effect, the Orbital Revolution shrunk the world. It made me realize a sad truth, one that kind of scares me even now. That there was no guarantee my homeland could stay at peace forever. That one day, it might be drawn into outsiders' conflicts and be occupied and redistricted into oblivion.
I can't believe you were thinking about such weighty things even as a kid.
So then, you joined the Academy in order to learn more about the outside world that posed a threat to your homeland?
Yeah, something along those lines. When I realized how afraid I was, I knew I couldn't close my eyes. I wanted to do something, anything, to protect this land. As luck would have it, I met the Lieutenant General. He's the one who told me about Thor's military academy. One thing led to another, he offered me a recommendation, and before I knew it, I took him up on his offer. So there I was, green as grass, heading off to study abroad despite having no clue what life in the Empire was like. Thinking back on how it all came together, what you said is probably what I was thinking back then.
Honestly, I've yet to hear a student offer a more galvanizing reason than yours for enrolling at the Academy.
I have to agree. I don't know too many people who love their home so much that they leave it behind to find a way to protect it.
It's not a sentiment I can imagine many Erebonians feeling, that's for sure. But I think I finally understand. Elisa? Just an idle thought. But having heard Gaius pour his heart out to us, there's no way we can just walk away from this. Not after the people of Nord gave us such a warm welcome and treated us like family. Indeed, I couldn't have asked for more.
Agreed. We'll get to the bottom of what's going on here and stop war from breaking out.
Nord may not be our home, but it's still an important neighbor. I'll do what I can to aid you.
Thanks, all of you. Really, thank you.
You can see shell damage everywhere. It's even worse than I'd feared. They've confirmed casualties too. I didn't think I'd ever have to see anything like this. A student at a military academy, things like this are always within the realm of possibility. Although I hardly expected my first sight of such devastation to be the spark that ignites a war with Calvard. This may be too much for students like us to handle. No, we've all been in situations that looked impossible before, haven't we? And every time we come through, we just have to stay calm and think. I'm sure we can do something here too. You're right. True, we should focus on doing what we can. Whatever we decide to do, we need to get a better grasp of the situation. Yeah, let's find who's in charge and get the permission to start an investigation. I see. If Lieutenant General Vanda has given you his permission I see no reason to refuse. Thank you. However, I want to make it clear that armed conflict with Calvard could begin at any moment. We've got our hands full staying on guard for any potential threat from the east. I'll permit you to speak with the soldiers here, but don't get in the way of them doing their duties. Understood. Okay, let's get started. We should start by speaking with the soldiers and assessing the damage. That seems wise. When we gathered all the information we need, we can start piecing it together. Right, let's go. Alright, so I guess we start speaking to all the guards, right? Which aren't many to begin with. I lost some good friends last night. I'm still having trouble getting over it. Rowan might have been the hardest working soldier here. Can't believe he's just gone. Please do what you can with your investigation. Okay. Let me talk to everyone here before I start talking to... I keep telling Zats and Manning to get some rest, but they just won't listen. Can't say I blame them though. They're the only ones who survived the attack without suffering major injuries after all. We need to re-establish our surveillance of the Republican Army as soon as possible. From now on, we of the 3rd Armored Division will be stationed here to take over surveillance duties. First and foremost though, we need to get thorough understanding of what's going on here. Really. We need to focus all our vigilance toward the east. You have my permission to conduct your investigation and speak with my men, but you stay out of their way as much as you can. Well, that is the goal. Let's talk to you first. Rowan, why'd you go and die on me? Zats. He seems pretty down. Can't say I don't understand how he feels though. It was right when the shifts changed. Rowan came out to relieve me and I was chattering away with him like always. It's when the first shell hit us. Must have been around 3 in the morning. So it started around 3 then. Right in the middle of the night. I was on lookout. I should have noticed something was off, but that explosion completely took me by surprise. I was so sure nothing would ever happen out there that, when something actually did, I was totally useless. If I just paid a bit more attention, if I'd been a better soldier, Rowan might still be with us now. It's not your fault. None of us could have predicted that something like this would happen. You can hardly blame yourself for our lack of vigilance after being stationed in a peaceful area like this for so long. They attacked in the dead of night knowing your guard would be down. I wonder if it really was the Republican Army's doing after all. We need more information before we can say for sure. No, I don't think it was them. There was something else that happened before we came under attack. We heard an explosion coming from the Republican Army's base. When we looked, we saw smoke pouring from it. What? We knew that both bases were attacked, but did both attacks really happen around the same time? If that's so, it's unlikely that either army was responsible. Who is responsible then? We should keep this in mind as we piece things together. I was gonna say over. I guess it's the same thing either way, right? How's the situation with the Republican Army? Looks like they're really hustling over there. We've confirmed the number of armored vehicles entering and exiting the area. We've heard their base got hit pretty badly too, and even from over here, it sure looks that way. The Lieutenant General said that the Republican base got hit at least as hard as the Watchtower, if not harder. But we believe they were responsible for that as well. They need an excuse to attack us, and that sure as hell looks like one. Do you really think it's true? That much damage seems awfully excessive. Heh, they probably just got overzealous with the explosives. Doesn't make much difference either way. If they're brazen enough to attack us, we'll blow them back across the border. The soldiers here all seem to have their doubts, but without any hard evidence, we're not going to be able to convince them of anything. We should reconsider the possibility that this was a deliberate act of sabotage by Calvert's forces. Alright, and are there more people to speak to here? Oh. Is this... What's up, Elisa? Is there something unusual about the scrap of metal? I knew it. This is a motor shell manufactured by the Reinford Company. Are you sure? Yeah, I've seen them before on the assembly line. There are only a couple of models capable of firing this kind of shell. That would suggest that the motor used to fire it was also made by the Reinford Company. But if we assume that's true, it seems much less likely that the Republic was responsible. True, why would the Republican Army use a weapon made in the Empire? It doesn't make much sense to me. Even if we account for deception, it seems unlikely that Calvert would go this far to conceal their involvement. Though considering the stakes, we can't entirely rule out the possibility. Still, this might prove to be an important clue to solving this mystery. Okay. Is there any more debris for us to examine, or are we done? Alright, I guess we can go down here now. I'm from the 1st Engineer Squad, the 3rd Armored Division. We brought a lot of tools and materials to help clear away the rubble, but you're welcome to use them if you want. I can sell you some of our materials or tune your ordnance too. Oh, you're that guy. Let's see what we got. No, we got that, we got that. Can you... Do I have enough, actually? Master Quartz. Oh, I need to buy these eventually. Alright, so for now, can I only have 3. Ah, oh, that sucks. We were so close. Alright. It can wait. What's further down? Highland South. Yeah, we can't... Oh, there's something there for me to check out. This is awful. It really is. It looks like they got hit hard. And to think there were casualties. You know the Imperial Army isn't going to sit and twiddle their thumbs after suffering an attack like this. They have their image to uphold after all. Hey, looks like most of the damage is concentrated on the south side of the building. You think whoever carried out the attack could have done it from the Highlands? It seems very likely. But where on the plains could they launch an attack like that from? Well, the Highlands are incredibly vast. We need some kind of clue to even know where to start looking. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to find something here that'll point us in the right direction. I think that's all the info we can gather here. I think so too. Now we need to analyze what we've learned. First, we should establish a good picture of what was happening when the attack occurred. That seems like the best place to start. So first of all, what time did the actual attack on the Watchtower happen? 3 a.m. Yes, that's what the guard told us. But that wasn't all that was going on then. That's right, the Republican Army's base also came under attack. And according to the Lieutenant General, they suffered even greater damage than what happened here. I think we can safely discount the possibility that the Republican Army bombed their own forces then. But there's no evidence that the Imperial Army launched an attack either. All we know is that both attacks happened and both sides took heavy damage. However, as Elisa said, we have no evidence to suggest that either side was responsible. If we accept that as fact, the most likely scenario is that the responsibility lies with another party entirely. So you think a third party is working behind the scenes to provoke both countries into starting a war? Tensions between the Empire and the Republic are always high, but compared to other areas of similar political value, the Nord Highlands have always been peaceful. I can conceive of no reason either country would have decided to break that peace last night. I agree. If anything, it seems that the negatives would outweigh the positives for both parties. If this were Crossbell, it might be a different story, but here... Now that you mention it, we found something else odd about the attack on the watchtower, didn't we? Something that seems to point to a third party's involvement. Something else odd about the attack on the watchtower. I'll bet she's referring to this. The time it happened, the weapon that was used, the area that was damaged. The weapon. You're talking about the mortars used for the attack, right? Exactly. It looks like the orbital mortars they used in the attack were an old Reinford model. And I, for one, find it pretty unlikely that the Republican army is packing Erebonian-made weapons. Indeed, they have little reason to be, considering the Republic as its own major orbital technology manufacturer. The Verne Company, as I recall. Yeah, the Verne Company is responsible for manufacturing most of the arms used by the Republican army. Then there's the fact that the motor used here is old. The Imperial Army hasn't used this model for years. I've heard that military surplus sometimes makes its way onto the black market and ends up in the hands of mercenaries. Knowing that, it seems unlikely that either army chose to use it to cover their tracks. Quite. However, there is a far more pressing question we need to answer. What do you mean? Ah, I know what you're saying. We need to know where the attack was launched from in the first place. That's going to be difficult to work out. But without that vital detail, all our speculation thus far is for naught. If we intend to avert a war, we need more than speculation. We need conclusive evidence. Agreed. But the Highlands are far too vast to just strike out searching blindly. Especially with the Lieutenant General's deadline rapidly approaching. Actually, we may not have to start our search blind. If Elisa and Gaius will lend me a hand, I may be able to help. Huh? What do you have in mind? If I can factor the location of the damage together with the speed and trajectory of the mortar shells, and then take into account the Highlands winds, I may be able to estimate the area from which the mortar was fired. Potentially anyway. Are you serious? It sounds easier said than done. I'll do what I can. Are you familiar with the specifics of the shell that was used? I think so. It's an old model, but I should be able to give you some rough data. That should be plenty. Anyway, let's have another look at those damaged areas and start our calculations. Please come with me, everyone. Right. Ooh, nice. Alright, I think I've calculated a rough location. I believe the mortar was fired from a location to the south of here. Using the map as a reference point, that means it was likely launched from somewhere in this area. And according to my calculations, the launch site shouldn't be too far from here. Wow, I can't believe you managed to work that out. That's well beyond the level of mathematics we cover in class. I'll enjoy watching Regnitz really sweat it out by trying to best you on our next midterm. Just a little applied physics. I couldn't have done it without Lisa and Gaius' help. It looks like we've got a nice big piece of the puzzle right in our hands. It sure seems like it. Let's take off and start looking. Right. Reen and the others reported their findings to the soldier in charge and asked him to relay the intel to Zender Gate. Afterward, they set out on horseback to begin their search. Alright, let's start looking for where the mortar was actually fired from. If what Emma calculated is correct, it should have been fired from a point south of the watchtower. And most likely from a point that's easy to overlook, so that it's not found out. Let's see if we can find anywhere that fits that description. We'll likely need to rely on the map to help us. I wonder if the culprit could still be there. Heh, regardless, we should see what we can find. Alright, let's super save right now. That was a lot to take in and a lot to cover. So now, in the off chance we die, we don't have to go through it again. Alright, Let's see now. Where is the next destination over here? I am hoping it's marked here. Oh, for once it's not marked. Alright, well. First, let's... Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah!
If my calculations are right, there's no chance that the mortar was fired from this direction. Alright. We go straight down here. Oh, wow. Now you give me the position. Good to know. Oh, it's right here. Hey, over there. You found something? What's a rope ladder doing all the way up there? I can hardly believe its presence here to be a mere chance. Did the people of Nord use this area for anything? Not that I've ever known. This just got that much more suspicious then. Perhaps the mortar was fired from somewhere up here. It definitely seems worth a look. I'm just not sure how we're gonna get up there. We can't reach that rope ladder from here. I see no way to climb up the cliff face itself either. If you have any suggestions, now would be a fine time. I believe I have an idea. What if we were to make use of Elisa's orbital bow? My bow? How? Well, if you were able to hit the cord that's tying the rope to the ladder, perhaps it would unroll itself, allowing us to climb up. I'm glad you think I'm that good of a shot, but I really don't see it working. It was just a thought. Well, it's not like we have any better ideas when I give it a try. True enough, and time is one resource we don't have much of right now. Searching for some manner of tool to pull it down would cost us precious time as well. I can't really argue with that. Alright, here goes nothing. Well, wait, what? It actually worked? Emma has some guiding magic going on. You seem to have the makings of a great hunter. It seems this is the day for lucky shots. Well, we'll have to start calling her Quick Draw Lisa. Was I just imagining things, or did that arrow glow for a second? Well, now that we can reach the ladder, why don't we go have a look on top of the cliff? Yeah, let's see what's up there. I'm glad Reem was the one that actually noticed it, because it would have been weird otherwise, because he's actually always been sensitive to these things. He can, like, sense all these, he can sense, like, his friends, he can sense, like, from far away areas. It's crazy. It's only natural he would know about something like this. Let's save again. What's going on here? There! Exactly the smoking gun we were looking for, too. Well, well. Old orbital mortars. All Rhineford models, too. And it looks like they've been used recently. So this is where they were hiding them. I can see why they chose this place. Who would think to look here? They must have fled the area after firing them last night, leaving the launchers where they were. But unfortunately, these alone do not furnish enough evidence to avert the war. You're right, unfortunately. We just had a bit more evidence. Still, this is a solid step forward to our investigation. Perhaps we should return to Zender Gate and let the Lieutenant General know? That sounds like a good idea. Alright, let's go report. And that's it, we're done. Alright, let's head back down. Okay, just wanted to check. Oh, something's gonna happen when we go down. There. Isn't that... It's that flying object we saw fleeing from Oric's fort near Boreahard. There's no mistaking something that's strange, and it looks like it's carrying something. It can't be a coincidence that they'd show up now of all times. They're heading northwest, and we're going after them. Right. Saddle up. Chase and find the floating silver object before time runs out. Oh, really? Alright, let's go. So don't lose sight of it. Got you.
We can't let them get away!
And we won't.
Right. We need to overtake them.
Is there a way we can do that? Oh my god. Stupid edges. Don't lose sight, don't lose sight. Come on.
Crap, they're fast.
Just don't lose sight of them.
That's the goal. You see him. Alright, good job, good job. Maintain that speed, maintain that sight. We got him, we got him. Thankfully, there are no enemies in the way to distract us. I'm very happy about that. But, oh my god. Oh no, he's making that turn. We're gonna lose sight, we're gonna lose sight, we're gonna lose sight. Don't do it. Don't do it, bum. No! As long as I see him, as long as I see him. Oh, you suck so much.
Did they touch down near the stone circle?
There's no escape for them now.
Alright, fine, whatever. We'll get him, we'll get him. Oh, don't do that. Alright, let's see. Hold on. Alright, I'm hoping they landed here.
Yeah!
Please land here. I definitely saw them land around here. I can sense someone up ahead. Really? Yeah, I'm betting it's that thing we're chasing. Ah, so our quarry is finally within reach. I think it was carrying a young girl. But we'll find out what we're dealing with soon enough. Ooh, got him. We're gonna save, just in case. Gotta be very cautious now these days. Alright, let's go. There they are. She really does look like a child. But what is that silver construct with her? Save the speculation for later. We need to capture them before they escape.
I think that about covers everything. Now, what to do? It'd be easy enough to overpower them, but there's a good chance some of them would get away. But just killing them all seems really cruel, too.
Halt! Stay where you are!
Ooh, it's the military academy students.
She knows about us?
How?
Just who are you?
And what's that thing beside you?
So, who are you? Were you involved with the attacks on the Watchtower and the Republican Army's base?
We'd rather not accuse you of a crime you didn't commit. But can you at least tell us who you are and what you're doing here?
Aw, how did I end up being the bad guy? This is gonna make things a bit sticky. Oh, I know what I can do! Everything will go hunky-dory if you guys help me out.
What?
What are you talking about? But first,
I hope you won't mind if I give you a little test, just to be sure you're up to the challenge.
Is that a challenge?
I'm Millium Orion. And this is Aragetlum, but you can just call him Lammy for short. Okay, let's get started!
Ah, I should have known. Thank goodness I saved.
Let's get started!
My turn. All right, let's do this.
I'll handle
Leave it to
this.
me.
Right. Turn to flames. Burn!
I'll handle this. Now is our chance.
Alright, we know
Don't
what we
let it
gotta do
pass.
here.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Go.
Whirlwind! To me! They're open!
Good job.
I've got you.
Lammy, barrier! Thanks!
Here we go.
Alright, well, if that's the case, we need to use arts.
Arcus, activate. Huh.
I can do this.
Alright, and then we can just attack our standard. There you go, broke the
Leave it to
barrier,
me.
I believe. So now that we did that, we go again with some more turbulence.
Whirlwind! To me!
My turn.
Alright, now that we took care of that, let's go room blading.
Be gone.
What? Oh,
Go!
she hits hard. Alright, where's her? Okay, we're gonna have to
There.
stop her from doing anything else.
Right.
Alright, perfect, and we can. Nope. We got. Keep going.
Fire.
All right.
Alright, and turbulence. Again, did we dare? One more.
Whirlwind! To me!
How?
I'll handle this.
How did you miss?
Here we go.
Alright, and she's about to come up again. Let's take away her turn.
There. Go.
Do it!
Use this.
I'll handle this.
Right.
Perfect. And then we go Blessed Arrow, heal.
Hang in there.
Thanks.
I suppose I should thank you. My turn.
Okay, once again, Noble Command.
Now is our chance.
Power us
Don't
up
let
again.
it pass.
Right.
Leave it to me.
Counter.
My turn.
Why didn't you counter? Why? Whatever.
There.
All right.
Alright, then just have you standard attack.
Right.
Then we'll have you attack.
Here we go.
Then we have you. Oh no, you're not doing that. Cut you
There.
off.
Guess I let my guard down.
Okay, it's safe for now.
We did it. And we leveled up.
I did it.
Wow! You guys are pretty tough. Yep, looks like you'll be great for the job, all right.
We've had quite enough of your wild chases and your games.
You were the one who attacked both of those military facilities, weren't you?
Oh, no, that wasn't me. Ugh, what can I say to make you believe me?
Just tell us what you can. Anything you know that might help us find out who was actually responsible.
You said you wanted our help? If helping you would restore peace to the Highlands, we're ready to help out however we can. But you have to talk to us. Help us understand what's happening.
Come on, you two.
I hope you don't come to regret your naivete.
You said your name was Millium, right? We really don't have much time. So could you tell us what it is you want our help with?
Well, what I want you to help me with is capturing the small armed group responsible for attacking the watchtower and the Republican Army's base.
What did you just say?
You saw those mortars earlier, right? There's a bunch more hidden near the Republican Army's base. I'm guessing it was the same group that set them up at both locations.
Wait.
Do you have any idea who this armed group might be?
Well, I'm not 100% sure or anything, but they look like a bunch of Jaeger dropouts, so I'm guessing they're working for a pretty meaty chunk of Mira. I was on my way to go find out for sure.
Wait, then.
You know where they are?
Sure do. They're up in the north of the Highlands. If you promise to help me out, I'd be happy to show you the way. So, how about it?
I'm of the belief the voice actress for Millium is the same voice actress for Sarah. Sounds like her, at least.
All right. You have our aid. I'm Reen Schwarzer, Thor's Military Academy, Class 7.
Gaius Wurzel.
I'm Elisa Reinford. It's, nice to meet you.
My name is Emma Milstein. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Eustace Alberea. And just so you know, you still have much to answer for regarding your intrusion into Auroch's fort.
You knew that was us, huh? It'd be super cool if we could just, put that whole thing behind us for the time being.
If we must.
Now.
Nice to meet you all, too. Anyway, what are we just hanging around here for? Let's make for the north of the Highlands.
All right, but I'd like to swing by the settlement first.
Yeah, we should use their telephone to report back to Zendergate about everything we found out so far.
Okay, let's get going then. Oh, yeah. Are you going to be riding on the back of your thing?
Well, I could, but I think I'm gonna ride on the back of your horse instead.
Wait, what?
Lammy!
I had a feeling she was gonna say that too.
Whoa! It vanished.
And the way it did so seems familiar somehow.
Come on, are we going or not? Let's go catch us some big bad wannabe Jaegers!
Millium joined the party. For reasons unknown, she's carrying an Arcus unit and is capable of forming combat links with the other party members. Of course she's on my back. Hold on. Does that mean she's a party member too? Hold on. Okay. What can she do? Alright, for now, I'll have her join in just to see what she's capable of. That's fine. Alright, well, for now guys, I'm going to end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. When we come back, we're going to continue on and find out who and what is going on in the North Highlands right now. So thank you again. Until the next one.